Yo guys, it's Matty K here, and what I want to talk about today is about this idea of becoming magnetic. And I actually want to relate it to a situation that I went through today where I wasn't being magnetic, but then I had a sudden shift in my thinking, a shift in my actions, and it actually allowed me to become magnetic literally instantaneously on the spot. So when you stop trying to impress, you become magnetic, and I'm gonna explain it right now. So in my job, I'm actually building a sales team right now, and I actually did my first ever day where I did like a round of recruitment. So I was literally sitting in an office like this. I had people coming in for their initial interviews, and I had like my interview questions, and then I'd explain the role of the job, and then basically try to get them in or ask if they want to come in for a second appointment or along those kind of lines, right? So I was doing these initial appointments, and the first one that I did, it went okay. Like it was half decent. It wasn't amazing, but it was half decent. The reason it wasn't amazing is because obviously I was like a little bit nervous. It was my first time ever doing like a job interview. I was kind of nervous about it. So I tried my best. It went decent, probably like above average for anyone doing their first ever like recruitment job interview, but I knew I could have done better. The reason I didn't fully execute the way I know that I could have is because I could feel myself like trying hard. Like there's this concept of a control muscle and a release muscle, where if you're in your control muscle, you're a little bit contracted. You're not quite as free flowing as you can be. And then there's when you're in a release muscle, where you can just flow. Anything that comes into your mind, you're just freely saying without a filter. And if you watched my video I did on how to become more charismatic, then you'll know that the definition of charisma is freedom of expression without judging yourself. So just full expression, full conviction in everything that you're saying. So this first job interview I did it, but I was a little bit hesitant. I was a little bit second guessing myself, which is natural, but it's just an observation. So some of the things I was saying, I'd second guess, and then I'd stutter, then I'd hesitate. And it just made the flow of the conversation a little bit worse than what it otherwise could have been. I then proceeded to do another 3 interviews after that, and I completely let go. I completely released. Even if I wasn't saying what I was meant to be saying, I would just say it with a little bit more conviction. I would just go into my release muscle as best as I could, let it flow, get nice and relaxed, nice and loose, and just let it flow out of me. So when I make these videos right now, it's kind of funny because I used to try and make YouTube videos, but I would try really hard when I made the videos. I'd be like, all right guys, so today we're gonna talk about this. And when you try really hard, when you really activate your control muscle like that, it literally shuts down your brain and your mental bandwidth and your ability to talk and your ability to articulate yourself, and even your ability to have humor, to have charisma, to just kind of flow in a conversation and let whatever pops into your mind arise. It detracts, it becomes a lot harder. But when you release, and this is literally, I can apply this to every area of life. I'm applying it to a situation that I went through today, but when you get into your release muscle, you can flow. Everything that comes to your mind, you can just let it say. Any funny joke, you say it without self-judgment, without hesitation. You become so much more magnetic, so much more pleasing to be around. When I work in a sales job, when I first started, I was obviously a bit more in the control muscle because it's quite nerve-wracking. I didn't quite know the pitch properly. First time ever doing it, naturally you're gonna be in the control muscle. But when I actually managed to get myself into a release muscle where I'm just fully flowing, I just feel super relaxed, super at ease, like absolutely nothing can faze me at all. I'm just having fun basically, I'm just relaxed. That is when my sales results absolutely skyrocketed. So I just want you guys to emphasize and focus the control muscle versus the release muscle. And this doesn't just apply to communication, but it can apply to literally every area of your life. I used to be a cricket player, so I used to be a spin bowler, so I'd bowl, play cricket, I'd bowl. And when I was younger, I would try really, really, really hard. I literally wanted nothing more in my life than to perform well on the cricket field and to bowl well. And because of that, I would often be really, really tense. And when I was bowling, I would try really, really hard. And that had a massive negative effect on the way that I performed. So in training, I'll be really good. and then I'd get out to the game, I'd try really hard, and my performance would just plummet. It was crazy. I couldn't figure out what was going on. The harder I tried, the worse my results became. And then I started learning about things like a flow state. How certain top level athletes, when they actually perform, they're not trying at all. They're completely in a flow state. They're fully relaxed, and the movements are kind of just coming out of them just naturally without even thinking about it. They're allowing their subconscious mind to take over. There is no internal resistance. There's nothing just blocking them. So I started to relax when I was bowling, playing cricket, and instead of being tense, I would just get nice and relaxed, just kind of enjoy myself, get in a flow state, and bowl. When I started doing that, my performances, I know it sounds cliche, like the less harder I tried, the greater my performance got. It literally worked exactly like that. I went from being tense to being relaxed, and my results literally skyrocketed. So I've noticed in every area of my life, even when I used to go on dates with girls. I remember a phase where I went on a lot of dates, and I'd suck, and my results were terrible. I would constantly get ghosted again and again and again and again. I was absolutely terrible in the dating game for a while. The number one reason for that is I was just too much in my control muscle. I really wanted to work well. I really wanted to impress the girl I was on the date with. And because of that, it stifled my behavior, it stifled my charisma, it stifled my communication. My body language became more tense, my words contracted. I couldn't nail my 4 pillars of communication, if you guys have seen that video I did the other day, and everything was just unable to flow out of me. But when I started to relax and allow my release muscle to fully take over, that is when everything, when I'm talking about the dating game, like I got my first girlfriend, all of a sudden I had girls texting me back after dates saying they wanted to meet up again, they had an amazing time with me. So when you activate your release muscle, I know it sounds so simple, but literally every area of your life, from financial to your relationships, so like if you play sports, different hobbies you do, everything activates in the right direction when you properly activate this release muscle. So to wrap this up, just a couple of practical exercises you can use to get more into your release muscle. I would say do things like meditation. I do a lot of meditation. So sit down, it's pretty basic. There's different ways to do it, but to keep it simple, you can sit down, close your eyes, and focus on your breath in and out of your nose for 10 minutes. And you can feel the sensations of the breath coming in the nose and then out of the nose. And this actually trains you to dial in your focus, because one of the big things that causes you to be in a control state is your brain just being overactive and not being able to actually control your mind. So when you meditate, you actually gain control over your mind to where you can dial it back in, you can calm the mind down, and then you can allow yourself to get into that flow state without the brain just constantly running a million miles an hour. So meditation is one thing, and then I'd also recommend doing like sauna and cold plunges. Getting in the cold plunge super cold, and also the sauna super hot. It's really good for also getting you present to the moment, and that's just gonna help once again calm that overthinking mind down and get you present to the moment. The only reason I'm able to make a video like this right now is because my brain is completely present to the moment. And when you're present to the moment, you're actually allowing all the thoughts that are in your brain and all the insights that you have to flow out of you. My subconscious brain is literally doing the speech right now. I'm not in a control state. I'm not trying really hard. I don't even have a script for this video. Everything I've told you right now just came straight from the top of my head. And the reason I was able to do that without barely stuttering at all, I'm not perfect, I'm getting there, but I'm way better than I used to be, and I'm way better than most people at this skill, is because of these exercises that I practice. So meditation, sauna, cold plunge. If you eat a really healthy diet as well, you'll notice you'll have less anxiety, your brain will be a lot calmer. So that's another little hack. And then you can do different little exercises. So an exercise for this kind of charisma-based thing you can do here is you can play the word game. So this is a funny one, but what you want to do is you want to say a bunch of words in a row that have no attachment to each other, and then you just want to kind of let whatever comes into your mind flow out. So I'm going to give you an example. So water bottle, picnics, sandflies, munchos, darts, tablecloths, airplanes, dirt, rich people, sandcastles. So I'm just literally letting whatever word pops into my mind, I'm just letting it flow out without any self-judgment. And this is a way to actually just train your mind to allow yourself to flow out. It's a way you actually practice your release muscle, because if you control it, what you'll find is you'll stand there and you'll be like, what should I say? And nothing will come. But when you relax and you get in a release state, then you actually have to force, if you want to do well at this, you have to get in the release state to actually allow the words to rise out. And that's just a great game you can play. I used to play it all the time. I'm probably going to start getting back into it a bit more to actually activate that release muscle and just train it to be present and just train yourself to be nice and relaxed and let words just flow out of you. So if you guys implement these practices and you get fully into that release muscle, I'm not BSing you, this is literally gonna have a profound effect on your life in literally every single area. So I want you to try out those different practices, the meditation, the sauna cold plunge, and then that word exercise. And I want you to let me know how it goes. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want more content like this, make sure to subscribe to the Matthew Kendall YouTube channel. There will be plenty more content to come, and I'll see you guys in the next video.